In a quiet village lived a craftsman named Orion. His hands were skilled, his work was sought after, and his life, though modest, was full of quiet joy. But Orion had a flaw. His gaze was always drawn to the window of his neighbor, Lord Kellen. Kellen's life, from the outside, was a spectacle of perfection. He wore the finest clothes, threw lavish parties almost every night, and the sound of endless laughter seemed to drift from his home. Orion's own happiness began to fade, replaced by a gnawing belief that Kellen's life was simply better. Soon, this belief turned into an obsession. Orion started to neglect his craft, the very thing that once brought him pride. He spent his days trying to copy Kellen. He'd buy cheap imitations of Kellen's elegant clothes, which looked awkward and out of place. He'd try to throw grand parties, but they were strained and uncomfortable, a far cry from the effortless joy he imagined next door. His finances were stretched thin, and the peace in his own home was shattered. The simple joys of his life, the satisfaction of a job well done, the quiet love of his family were being crushed under the weight of this constant comparison. One night, driven by a desperate need to see inside Kellen's perfect world, Orion snuck into his neighbor's garden. Tucked away in a secluded corner, he found an intricately framed mirror leaning against a stone wall. As he peered into it, he was startled. He didn't see his own reflection. Instead, he saw a magnificent, grand hole filled with richly dressed people laughing and celebrating. It was the life he had always envied, but just as he was lost in the image, it flickered. For a split second, the scene changed. Kellen, alone in an empty, decaying room, weeping amid stacks of unpaid bills. Just then, an old gardener appeared from the shadows. He looked at Orion and then at the mirror. "That," he said, his voice soft, "is the borrowed mirror. Lord Kellen bought it to reflect the life he wished he had, so others would envy him. He has starved his real life to feed this false reflection. And now, he is the most miserable man in the village. You, my friend, had been envying a manufactured lie." The words hit Orion like a physical blow. In a surge of clarity, he picked up a stone and smashed the mirror. As the glass shattered, so did the illusion. He rushed back to his own home. And for the first time in a long time, he truly saw it. He saw the warmth in the simple furniture, the genuine love in his family's eyes, and the deep satisfaction waiting for him in his workshop. He realized he had been standing in paradise, all while wishing for a mirage. Never sacrifice the richness of your own journey by obsessing over another person's.